Ashley Marshall, the club head referee of the Newmarket Soccer Club, with a message to new referees. Welcome to this great career as a match official. To start, I'd like to begin by just explaining that there are two possible levels of games that you might get asked to officiate. There are recreational house league games, which are sent by me here at the club, and there are rep level competitive games that would be sent to you by our district association, which is the York Region Soccer Association. So be clear when you're wading through communication or match offers that you know whether or not the person sending you the information is talking about house league recreational games or competitive rep level games. Now that you've completed your referee course and you've purchased your uniform and all of your accessories, you're probably wondering, well, how do I get games, Ashley? Well, a lot of the clubs and leagues around use a very similar method, and that's electronic match assignment. You could possibly be working with Sport Engine or Ref Center or Power Up. Here in the Newmarket Soccer Club, we use Ref Center for all of our outdoor summer assigning, and we use Power Up for our winter assigning. There's another long explanation as to why we use two different systems for the different times of the year. With those systems, whatever club or league you're working for, they all work on very similar principles. You as a referee go in and set up your preferences. You tell the system when you're free to referee, where you'd like to referee, and what levels you're open to refereeing. And then the assigner can go through, and when they have a game, when they pick that game, your name may or may not come up, and then they send you a match offer. At that point, when the match offer is sent to you, an email will come into your inbox saying that you've received a match offer. Here in Newmarket, we're using Ref Center in the summer, which is the exact same system that the York Region Soccer Association uses for rep level matches, and Ontario Soccer uses for their provincial leagues. As a referee, it's your responsibility to ensure that you go into the system, in this case Ref Center for summer, and that you tell Ref Center when you're available to referee, what age groups you want to referee, and what fields or pitches you're open to refereeing at. Now, understand that those systems, whether it's Ref Center or Power Up or some other system, they're going to default to you being unavailable. So if you sit at home and do nothing, that's the exact number of match offers you're going to get. None. And that's not what you want. Now, I have another video about how to set up your Ref Center preferences, and you definitely need to go in and look at that. But just understand that your match assigners are usually working way ahead. For example, I'm filming this video in the month of June, but I've already assigned matches almost through the end of July. So, referees need to make sure that they set up their availability way in advance. In fact, as we're talking right now in June, my refs need to have their availability set up for the month of August. Otherwise, in a few weeks when I start assigning August, they may not get any games because they've delayed in setting up their availability appropriately. But you also need to set up your divisions. You need to tell the system that you're open to doing U15 and U16 games, but perhaps not U18 games, or you prefer to be in the middle or on the line for whichever age groups. A word to the wise, you want to make yourself as available for as many age groups, for as many types of refereeing opportunities as possible. The more limits and restrictions you put there, the less work you can possibly get. I'll give you a good example. On a couple nights of our week, we have U13 games at 6:30 and U18 games at 8:30. As an assigner, I prefer to give double headers to referees if at all possible. But if you've only said that you're willing to do U15 and U16 middles and U18 middles, and you don't want to do any U13 games, well, you've sort of blown the opportunity to do two games on one evening just because you've been too restrictive or too selective. So, whatever the system is, make sure you've gone in there and set it up appropriately. If the assigners are sending you games electronically, you need to be in the habit of checking your email regularly. It doesn't matter whether you prefer to receive text and you don't like checking your email. If you want to work, you need to be in touch with your email account. Most systems, if they send you a match offer, if you don't respond in the first couple days, the system's going to remove that game offer from you and you're out of work. Even worse, the systems, particularly Ref Center, will block you for that day, assuming that you're not available and that's why you didn't take the match offer. So again, check your email regularly and respond to those notifications right away. One of the great things we have here in Newmarket is we have a number of referee mentors. These are senior, more experienced referees who are around to help you out at the field and at the game. To be honest, we're essentially a teaching club. We believe strongly that referee education is something that continues beyond your first year or your first few weeks of refereeing. We're always trying to learn and improve our game. Well, specifically for new referees, we have referee mentors who are sent to the field to assist you in your first few games and outings. Now, their visits could take one of two forms. They might be outside of the field, just helping you at halftime and before the game and at full time, or they might actually be scheduled with you if you're on a 3-person referee team, and they might be doing the middle and you're on the line, or perhaps they're on the line when you're in the middle. Either way, those senior experienced referees are there to help you. My advice to you is ask lots of questions. Be very, very teachable. They have something that you don't, and that's experience. And they are specifically trained to be able to help you to do the best possible job in your refereeing. Now, as you learned in your referee course, game sheets are very, very important documents that are related to the game that you're doing. A game sheet is a list that has all of the players from both teams. It has a coach's name and signature on there, and all of the game details, date, time, field, and so on. You need to make sure that there's a game sheet for your game. Now, I'll be honest with you, with a lot of house league games, game sheets get forgotten sometimes. It's the coach's responsibility to bring it, but as you can imagine with house league, we've got volunteer coaches and sometimes they don't remember. Or maybe the game you're doing, the real coach isn't there and so-and-so's parent has just jumped in to help coach for that 1 week and they may have forgotten that paperwork. So, one of the things you're going to want to do is to get yourself some blank game sheets. We've printed some and left some at the club office for you and you can pick them up whenever you need to. But to be honest, any sheet of paper that you have with you is going to be good enough. As long as the coach can write the name of the players and their numbers and sign at the bottom and then give that to the other coach, you've got enough to create a record of the game. And that's exactly what a game sheet is. It records the goal scorers, it records any discipline that happened, and it's a place for you to start to put some of the notes in the game that might be important for the league to know. In addition, though, of course, we have discipline forms. And in your course, we would have talked about those. If you're doing a full 11v11 game, that includes the caution summary form and the dismissal form for any yellow or red cards. Or for any referee, the blue special incident reports. That could be for any sort of thing that happens at your game that's a little bit unusual that you think the league needs to know about. I'll give you an example from one of my games the other day. I went to do a 9 p.m. game and the lights wouldn't come on. The home coach called the town and the town sent somebody who eventually got the lights on. But because of the delay, we missed about 20 to 25 minutes of game time. I called the captains together and they agreed that if we played a shortened game, we could still get a decent length of match in before the lights turned off in the evening. That sort of thing I created a special incident report for. It's important for the league to know that a whole bunch of playing time didn't occur. And that's what a special incident report is for. We also have one last form, which I'll be honest with you, I've never used myself, and that's a referee assault form. But that is also something that you want to have with you, because if anybody touches you, that's actually referee assault. Again, I've never had to do one, and there are other videos and other training resources for you to conduct yourself in such a way that that should never happen. But it goes along with the discipline forms. It's a sort of paperwork that referees are responsible for. Now, your game sheets and your discipline forms need to be submitted soon after the game to the club office. In Newmarket, you can either drop that into the office during business hours or put it in the mail slot in our garage door after hours. Whatever club or league you're working for, they have specific instructions about how to handle that sort of paperwork. Now, of course, you're refereeing not to volunteer, but you want to get paid. And there's obviously a certain procedure here to follow to get paid. A lot of leagues, including Newmarket, pay via direct deposit once a month. So you're going to want to make sure that you make arrangements with our club office that they have your banking information so that you can get paid when you're expecting to get paid. So make sure you contact our club office. The phone number is here on screen right now. Contact our club office and forward your banking information so that you can get paid via direct deposit. One last thing. When you're leaving the field of play after your match, please make sure that you leave zero footprint. A lot of teams, when they leave a match, they leave all sorts of water bottles and mess at the field. But as a referee, as a paid professional, it's important that you leave zero footprint at the field. And oh yeah, don't forget to smile and be friendly with people. If you make a great impression, it's going to make it that much easier the next time you referee their game. And who doesn't want people to be saying good things about them for the job well done that they have completed? Thanks, Ref. We'll see you at the field. Have a good game. This is Ashley Marshall from Ref Tutor. I hope that you enjoyed the video and had an opportunity to add your comments below as well as a thumbs up. Are you already a subscriber to my channel? I hope so. That way when I upload new videos, you're going to get notifications of being among the first to watch the new content. Thanks for watching.